And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. And tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Denver Nuggets. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, that's one to watch for. Fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. I'm interested in how those teams match up in the early part of this year.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Floyd in at the 3, the small forward. And for New Orleans, we've got Williamson. He's out there with Yves Missi. And it's Poole in at the point guard position. Murray banked in off the glass. And Greg, we don't expect the pace to be fast tonight. These teams operate in the half court, don't they?
Exactly. There's so much transition offense in this league. It's interesting to watch teams execute in the half court.
And so here's Denver, following the score by New Orleans. Back to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Poole, the pass to Poole. Denver grabs the miss.
And if you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Yeah, maybe overly confident right there. And if I were him, I would not be making eye contact with my coach.
And you can't fall asleep against Murray, especially when he's got great interior positioning. The D has got to be better.
Back to Poole, a 3 ball. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Nuggets are gone. 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's Hardaway, that time on the assist by Jokic.
He's known for his jump shot, but Hardaway isn't afraid to mix it up inside.
Pass to Poole. Fires the 3, and the Pelicans hit again from deep.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
From deep 3-point territory. And that concludes the first quarter of play. New Orleans on top, up 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
They've got Yves Missi. Williamson out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Poole in at the 1. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Strawther on the clock. Missi grabs the rebound. Poole left side. Williamson outside. Fires it up. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And there's an assist for Zion. And don't forget, Point Zion has become a real thing. Williamson can make good decisions with the basketball.
Now, here's Watson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Tries to keep it alive. Williamson with it. Hardaway picks him up. Back to Williamson. Poole kicks to Poole. 4 on the clock. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Pickett, guarded by Poole. Outside Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep three. Pelicans with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
And New Orleans pushing it up now.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thanks, guys. I'm alongside Coach James Borrego. And, Coach, a nice effort so far. What's the key here in the second half, though?
Stay with our defense. That's the key. When we have our opportunities, push the pace. But we got to get stops, push it at them, and keeping a rhythm offensively at our point.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the New Orleans Pelicans.
As a team, you love a night like this when the game feels simple. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. And pass, shoot, score, repeat.
Nothing else to add to that, guys.
And time now to swing it around as we take a look at the upcoming schedule.
You know, for the Pelicans, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be picking up that big old dub.
So, Shaq, how many of those Game 1 home openers did you actually win over your career?
AOT, Ernie, all of them.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what you're seeing from Jordan Poole.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
And this offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So out there for the Nuggets right now, in at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic, and it's Floyd in at the three. Let's send it over to the sideline for some news on Jamal Murray. Allie, how is he?
Wow, what a play! Unbelievable!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Pass to Floyd. Outside Gordon. 5 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Poole.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Out to the wing. Poole, the pass to Morales. Bangs home the trifecta.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Denver calls timeout. The Nuggets trail by 18. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Murray. Got a piece of it. Poole with it. Intercepted. Here's Floyd. That shot off.
Now, he was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Pass to Poole from deep. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
Got it off in time. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's New Orleans with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Williamson out there with Eve Nisi. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Poole in at the point. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Murray against Poole. Murray down low. Can't get it to fall. New Orleans has gone 6 or 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Clock at 2. Bates, no good. And the Pelicans with the possession.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
Here's Poole, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Pass to Holmes. Watson with it. Picked up by Poole. Here's Frother. And again, Denver, no good.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now, just trying to close it out.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved it.
Zion, this is a team with some outstanding young players with complementary skills. How do you see yourself fitting in?
I think I fit in very well. I think I'm a very versatile player. You can throw me out there with any group, and I'm going to put up, do something to contribute. And I think we're a very unselfish team, so that plays a big part to it.
And any group would be happy to have you. Thanks, Zion.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, This is Kevin Harlan saying